In an article written on the Times Magazine website on August 2008, written by Megan Hare, titled Beer Pong's Big Splash, early philosophers used to fling alcohol out of the bottoms of their wine glasses and to try to hit targets. This game was called Kotabos. This is one of the first drinking games to get really popular, and even Socrates played it. Today, young philosophers still like to mix alcohol and projectiles, only to call it beer pong. Although drinking habits have become more popular, and games as well, students are affecting the effects of binge drinking firsthand. In an article titled, Where's the Bar?, written by Dan Segrist, on the University of Omaha website, approximately 90% of college students have admitted to drinking at least once over the school year. Typically, full-time students tended to drink more than part-time students. Alcoholism and binge drinking are definitely affecting teens and college students alike. You don't necessarily have to stop drinking, but you should definitely control your habits. Today I will explain to you the epidemic of binge drinking, the effects it has on college students, and ways that can help you provide for a safer drinking environment if you choose to do so. So, now let's find what binge drinking is. Binge drinking has been reported by the National Institution of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism website as a pattern of drinking that brings your blood alcohol concentration level up to 0.08% or higher, which is about 5 or more drinks for a guy and 4 or more drinks for a girl within about 2 hours. About 90% of binge drinking has been done by adults under the age of 21 in the U.S. On the college website of bingedrinking.net, written by Leslie Thompson, nearly 44% of college students are binge drinkers, which is about 2 of every 5. Binge drinking has become more prevalent and more deaths are occurring, but not to say a person shouldn't drink, but be more aware of the outcomes and the consequences of the activity. Drinking is definitely a socialized sport. Games like keg stands, beer pongs, King's Cup, are all really popular and keep students thirsty for more. Binge drinking does not constitute that a person is an alcoholic, but can definitely help a person to become one. The issue of binge drinking should definitely be taken more seriously. Now that we have a better understanding of what binge drinking is, let's look at the harmful effects. The effects are not only harmful as we speak, but even after the hangover the next morning. As a study titled, The Effects of Binge Drinking Can Have Lifelong Effects, written by Susan Tapert, most teens don't look past the hangover the next morning. In a study that they did, they compared MRI tests to girls that had drank heavily when they were teenagers and girls that had never drank. Their results were very startling, considering that their competency and their brain sizes were definitely a lot different. The drug known as alcohol definitely alters your brain functions during the time and after consumption. Studies continue to show the effects of alcohol are becoming more prevalent and the fact that alcohol is becoming more potent. In another study on the MSNBC website, letting parents supervise teens while underage drinking, it seems safer but is dead wrong. Barbara McMorris from the University of Minnesota explains, teens who were allowed to drink with their parents often developed more problems with drinking later on compared to teens that didn't drink until they were 21. This can lead to the unexplainable blackout. A blackout is a phase of alcohol consumption where your brain isn't functioning correctly. Alcohol is taking over your body's processes and is affecting your brain and your brainstem. Binge drinking is definitely associated with a lot of different health problems. According to the CDC, many unintentional injuries as well as problems can arise from binge drinking. We all know nobody goes out and says, hey guys, let's get drunk, go break our legs tonight. Well, the effects of binge drinking are definitely unintentional but can definitely be prevented. Diseases like liver disease, alcohol poisoning, unintentional pregnancies, fetal alcohol syndrome, STDs, and unintentional domestic violence are all products of binge drinking, as well as the suicide rates and homicide rates are increased as well. Fortunately, all of these sicknesses and accidents can be prevented and solutions are available. Now, everybody's probably wondering, the only way to prevent binge drinking is to not drink at all. Well, you definitely could not drink. That can definitely prevent accidents that you didn't plan for, but there are also ways to become educated on the topic. In an article titled Young Adults Should Be Taught Responsible Drinking, written by Stanton Peele in 2008, he says that sensible drinking should be taught and promoted to reduce the dangers of binge drinking. Teens have to learn to drink responsibly or else they're going to harm themselves in the future. There are resources and websites available that can help you teach the products of binge drinking to younger people and to educate yourself, like pamphlets and counselors. There are many things available. We should also start by keeping track of the amount of alcohol we consume on a daily basis, and we should also become more educated on the alcohol content, as well as signs of alcohol poisoning, blacking out, and things that can happen when you're drunk. Never drink alone, which is definitely the #1 rule. Drinking socially with friends is definitely a way to provide for a safer drinking environment. You and your friends can keep an eye on each other, prevent accidents from happening, keep your friend from falling off a cliff, you know. The only advocates for safe alcohol practices are ourselves. I will provide a handout at the end that explains the different risk factors of drinking, as well as things to do if you think your drink has been spiked, or the effects that it can have on you as well. There are a lot of statistics in it too. Now that we have a better understanding of coping with binge drinking, let's review the main points. First, I explain the epidemic of binge drinking. Second, I explain the effects of it. And third, I explain solutions on how you can drink responsibly. Most of us will experience with alcohol in the future or sometime in our life, so it's important to be drinking in moderation. We're all determined college students and we all want to go far in life, but we should definitely take more action. Let's work not to become another statistic. I do believe that a person can drink responsibly, but drinking responsibly comes with drinking in moderation. Now for a last thought, a drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts, and I believe that Socrates probably thought this when he was playing beer pong.